You're listening to the Thoughts On podcast.
Yeah, so what's your thoughts on that? Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm here with SikGlitch and Duntless. We're going to be discussing Season 3 of Warzone. So, what's your thoughts on it?
He's going to jump in, just like
Yeah,
that.
he just
Just
dives
like
right
that.
in, man, every time.
I'm
He
like
just
a robot.
dives
Dives
in.
in right away.
I'm like a robot. I'm ready to go. I've been
just-
waiting
he's-
for this moment my entire life.
There's just you don't get the moment of just like anticipation. You just dive right into these. There's no waiting.
Nobody
Okay,
wants to
so-
wait for a podcast to start. They just want to hear it. Just get going. Yeah. And I did record the part with the pizza, too.
Oh God, of course,
Had to.
of course. That was pretty. I still can't believe. I'm just mind blown by it. I just speechless on it. I just can't talk about it anymore. It's over. It's done with.
Fair enough. Sad moment. At least Season
Yeah.
3 is looking a little better than the pizza.
R.I.P.
Season
that
3.
pizza, right?
Oh my God, that pizza, dude. Okay, whatever. Season 3, yeah.
All right, I got some questions for you, actually. Let me just grab this real quick here.
Yeah, he's got a PDF. Hold on.
PDF
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
text file. I'm not
Oh,
writing
sorry.
PDFs for that. All right, so the first question I had, what's your thoughts on Season 3 of Warzone? What do you actually think of it?
Season 3 of Warzone is the best update in the past 6 months that has come out. I would say Season 3 initial drop was probably the best update. Just in
Yeah.
general, the whole
I feel
season
that.
has been.
Yeah. I
It was
definitely
pretty
feel
well
that.
done. I mean, it even brought me and Sick back because we stopped playing there for a while, and then
All season.
Well, I think, yeah,
It was
I
like
think the biggest thing
Warzone
was
had
the
like its
guns.
own thing, right? And then Warzone had season 1, season 2, right? Like Warzone was its
Yeah.
own thing, and then
Yep.
season 1 came in, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
so
it was
like
Modern Warfare
Warzone.
2019.
Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, so that was like unreal. And then season 1, I think we played a little bit with Unseen Warrior there, and then halfway through season 1, we're like, no, we're done. Season 2, I didn't play at all,
exactly.
not for a second. And season 3, yeah, brought me at least back.
Yeah, I think with they really changed how the guns worked. So like in season 2, a big thing was the ARs for Cold War, where
Oh yeah, That's-
they were SMGs. Really, they're not ARs, they're not assault rifles. You know, generic assault rifle. We got the M4, we got the RAM, the AMAX, CR56 AMAX.
yeah, those are all like general
Like the
assault
modern
rifles.
the modern warfare ARs are assault rifles, but the
Yeah.
Cold War ARs were just SMGs. I feel like.
Yeah.
And they've really tried to bring that back to more of an AR. They're a little bit slower. They have slower ADS, a little bit less damage.
Like
What else?
the thing that we kind of noticed ourselves, like myself and Silver at least in season 2, like that was the one thing that really drove me out was the whole like bringing Black Ops. Like I understand bringing Black Ops into it, but it was just like I find season 3 you can use a bunch of different weapons and you'll still be able to like keep up. Season 2, I found like if you didn't have like either the like I don't know, whatever the top guns were, like you weren't gonna win gunfights no matter
Oh,
what.
never,
Like if
never.
if you didn't have Mac 10 like leveled up, you weren't winning.
Yeah,
no matter
Mac
what.
10, AMAX, yeah, whatever it
AMAX,
was.
yeah, all those
at the
you were
time,
losing
yeah.
every gunfight, no matter what. And that's what really annoyed me because I'm like, I don't want to play a game where I just have like everyone's running the same weapon, and if I
Just
don't
everyone,
run it,
yeah.
it's just like I'm gonna lose my gunfights. Where like I find season 3, you can run like a bunch of different weapons, and it's
There's
you'll be
still
fine.
definitely a
A
meta
bump,
for
yeah,
sure.
100%.
There's
yeah.
still definitely like the few SMGs, a few ARs
Yeah.
that are viable, but they're all definitely usable.
Yeah.
You know, I could run one AR, you could run the other one, and you
Like
kill me,
I
kill you.
honestly
So it's
I
just-
run between now personally I run between the AMAX RAM and M4. I find all of them still pack a punch, no matter what.
100%, yeah.
Where like season 2, it was like if you weren't using the AMAX or the FFAR, like you weren't gonna win a gunfight, no matter what. You just weren't gonna win.
I find I keep on flip-flopping over between the the MP5 and the LC10. I feel like those two SMGs are just ripping this season.
The LC10 is really nice. The iron sight's really weird. I really like it. For
I'm not a
long-range
fan of
combat.
it. I am if I'm like picking up like a weapon off the ground, I'll definitely snag like an LC10. But
Oh yeah.
I think personally, I still use the MP5 and I'll run AMAX or Ram 7 and like a sniper.
Well, like
or-
with the LC10, for instance, I don't like it as an SMG per se. I would prefer it to like 30 meters out for some weird reason. I feel like I can hit those shots, which is really weird. But the LC10 has that range, which is nice over the Mac 10, which I personally run just because of the speed it gives you with the Car
Yeah, yeah.
98.
Yeah.
Obviously, because the speed, speed demon out here.
Oh yeah.
But I think with the LC10, it's just the close range combat with it is not as good as other SMGs.
No,
That's
for
fair.
sure. 100%.
I think the most struggle for the LC10 is the ammo capacity because the fire rate's fast. You go through that clip pretty quick. If you're running the MP5, I feel like the time to kill is better.
I agree with it. The MP5 from Modern Warfare and Cold War right now are both pretty strong.
Yeah, I know the MP5 Cold War is pretty strong right now. A lot of people are using it.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of tournament play has seen it recently,
Yeah.
anyways.
All right, and that leads me to my next question. What's the current meta right now? What is it and why?
Current meta.
At least for you, in your opinion.
Ram 7.
Ram 7.
Okay, I think there's the two ARs top dog right now, Ram 7, AMAX.
Yeah.
I think the Ram 7's really being picked up by the PC players, AMAX more so towards the console controller players.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird because the AMAX does have more recoil, which is I never understood that. Why I don't see many controller
Well, I
players
mean,
using the RAM because there's not much recoil, but it beams.
but if you got aim
beams.
assist, you got to think about that. I mean,
That is true.
that's the only reason I think controller players do use AMAX is I think it packs a slight more of a punch.
Oh, it
And
does, yeah, because you just need to hit those 5 shots or those 5 bullets.
If you're got that aim assist and you have a decent aim at least on controller as well, like you're gonna shred no matter what. You're just gonna shred. And it's crazy because like I don't know how true aim assist really is. Like I definitely would
Oh
like
my.
to, but I definitely hear it's broken in that game right now. Like
Okay,
I've seen
so-
clips where like people get stunned and like aim assist just clicks right in and they're just beaming kids still. I'm like, I get
That's
stunned,
true.
bro. I'm like dead ass swiping my mouse literally from one end of my desk to the other. Like no shot. I'm not doing that.
I was actually just scrolling through TikTok right before this, and I saw a video. It was the most insane thing I've ever seen. The AS Val, the guy was stunned, and he instantly
Yeah,
pointed it like it literally defied how Call of Duty works. Like the gun was not facing where it should have been. It was just weird, and it was all aim assist.
so I would like to definitely maybe like a stream or something, just try like Warzone or like Rebirth or whatever and just use my controller just to see how good of like aim assist is.
Yeah,
That's what Dunn did the
And-
other day.
yeah, that's what I did just like a week ago, I believe now, or a couple days, or like 3 days ago now.
Yeah.
Okay, and
It was very noticeable. I mean,
Oh,
my
yeah?
aim on controller at long range was horrible,
oh
absolutely
yeah,
horrible.
Yeah.
But you could definitely see a
Feel
freaking
it
aim
up
assist.
close.
Oh my god,
Because
man.
the thing, like, at least like medium to up close, you're gonna shred no matter what. As long as
Yeah.
if you have your like controller like left trigger in on the guy and sight down on him, you're not leaving. Like
No.
all you have to do is somewhat anticipate where he's moving, and you're golden. Like the aim assist is gonna click in. And I just hate when people like aim assist isn't that strong and they show the video where they're like literally swiping their controller across their head and continually pulling. I'm like, that's how aim assist works, though. It's not gonna
Exactly.
keep it on that. It just brings you towards where they are.
Yeah. You'll notice like a little slowdown or
Yeah, slow down.
Yeah.
So then you're like, okay, and you correct yourself. You're not just gonna continuously hold your analog stick over. Like
No.
nobody's gonna do that. So
Other weapons for the meta, SMGs, kind of tough. I would definitely think the MP5, both of them,
I agree.
Modern Warfare and Cold War.
yeah.
Um,
A lot of people are using what is it, the PPSH?
the PPSH,
The
yeah.
pff.
I don't know if they're just people are using that just because it's the new
Well,
weapon.
okay, so it has recently.
Silver, why do you gotta
just
laugh when I say
recently-
PP?
No, I laughed at the. It's actually
Yeah,
pronounced
oh yeah, sure you did.
the pff. That's what it is.
It recently got a little change to the iron sights. It looks a little bit bigger now, so it's actually a
Yeah.
little bit easier to see people
Yeah,
with
yeah.
it.
I see a few
It
people
has
running
a
that.
yeah, it has a really high movement speed. It's very similar to the Mac 10, which is why a lot of people run it. It has a really big mag.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
71 if you really want. You can run a 71 mag if with it.
Jeez.
Yeah, 71.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
The Bullfrog, definitely up there.
Yeah, that's up
A
there.
lot of
I
people
know
are
that's-
using that.
Yeah.
Yep. Mac 10 still around. People still talking about it.
Not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of the Mac 10. I'm not gonna lie.
You know, it's a
Hit or miss.
very yeah.
Hit or
So
miss.
I think I've just been using it for so long now. It's kind of what I'm used to now. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
it's just what I need in my like pocket to run. I feel like I mean I can still run other guns, but having that Mac 10 for me is just nice there. Feel more comfortable.
Understandable.
For sure, for sure.
All right. Do you guys think something is missing from the game's mechanics, or is it perfect the way it is?
That's a joke question, right?
No, I actually wrote that, and you know what? Because it's so opinionated, it's a topic that I just really want to hear from both you guys. What do you guys
Yeah,
think? It has
needs
to be
fucking
opinionated.
a lot of work. I don't think a lot of work, but it definitely needs some
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's
amp
so
ups.
easy to get
Amp
through
ups
Windows, right?
is the word I'm looking
The
for.
windows are so easy to get
don't,
through.
Don't talk to me about Windows. I have been experiencing the frustration of these goddamn Windows since season 1 Modern Warfare release Warzone. Those
Well,
windows have never been able to be jumped through.
No, exactly. And also another thing that's great is being able to prone whenever you're able to. Like whenever you want to, you're able to prone, right? Even if a box is behind you.
Yep.
Yeah, that's another great thing
Yep.
about the mechanics in the game.
Let me think. There's a couple things that really get me kind of angry. There's a couple. A really broken mechanic is snaking, which is repeatedly lying down, crouching, aiming behind a wall, a little heady wall, I guess you could say. If you repeatedly do this maneuver, you are invisible to the person on the other side, and they can continuously shoot at you while you're doing it. So that's a
What?
very big issue. Not many people can do it because it's a very high skill maneuver. So you don't really see it that often.
Hmm.
But
Interesting.
it
even know about
definitely,
that.
it definitely is a broken mechanic for sure. It's a part of the whole like B hop,
Yeah.
slide canceling, all these things. It's part of all those movement things.
Mhm.
When you're going to
It's definitely a
rappel, do you
broken
think you should
thing.
be able to get off the rappel?
Ooh, yes, 100%. Apex, you can do it. You can jump off whenever you want. I think you
Yep.
should definitely be able to. If it's a high enough thing, it should put you into like a diving flight.
Yeah.
100%.
Especially up
Dude,
those
the other thing
towers
I'm,
downtown.
I guess, so
The
annoyed
towers,
with
yeah.
is I can never tell the range of where I can jump off a building and like not have to pull my parachute. Like I kid you not, man. Sometimes I'll be like 5 feet from the air, or 5 feet from the ground, from the ground, and I'll be totally fine. And then other games, I'm like jumping from a helicopter or something, and I'm like still 5 feet from the ground, and I die. I'm like,
Yeah. It
what?
doesn't register. It's weird. It like bugs out a little bit
I'm
sometimes.
like, what? Man, I've died so many times like that, or I'll jump off a building. I'm like, oh, I got plenty. Like, I'm only 2
There's-
stories up. And then I die. I'm like, okay.
I think the biggest thing that needs to be adjusted with the game is it's the quality of life in the game kind of, I would say. It's a kind of hard playability, I would say. For instance, you're talking about fall damage. It's like, hey, this is very inconsistent. I fall from this height, I'm fine. I fall from this height, I die. It makes no sense, right?
Yeah.
That's a playability aspect of the game. That makes no sense. Being able to see your teammates' plates, how many plates your teammates have, that'd be amazing
That
to
would
know.
be nice.
You can see if they have a self res. You could maybe show that they have a satchel, gas mask, just a little icon that we know what it means, and it just puts it right next to their name or whatever. The same way
Yeah.
it has it next to our name, just a little bit smaller.
Mhm.
That'd be
That's a little bit
helpful.
quality of life. Yeah, a little
Well,
bit. Yeah.
That'd be helpful for you because then you wouldn't have to, pass me plates when you think I don't have any and I actually do, and I'm just dumb enough not to apply them.
Never apply your plates ever.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a bad thing. That's
Okay.
my that's where I fall short. I just can't
Your
remember to
crutch.
do it. So we got our one here. What's your thoughts on the rose skin issue? Is it fixed or still an issue for a lot of players?
Okay, console for sure. It's still an issue. 100%. The colors aren't as good on console as
Mhm.
on a PC monitor
Yeah,
screen. You know, we
100%.
obviously have better color ratios and all that.
Yeah,
Unless
yeah.
they're playing on a PC monitor, but they're still getting less frames or whatever. You know how it
That's
is.
true.
But with the rose skin, there has been a change to it with the lighting. They kind of brightened up her color a little bit more gray, not too much, a little bit noticeable.
Do you
You
have an
can
HDR
you can
monitor?
yes, I do.
Do you think that helps you see the rose skin, or you don't know because you've always played with the HDR on?
I've always had it on, so I'm not sure.
Okay,
But
Interesting.
I
yeah,
wonder. I wonder
maybe
if
I
that'll
should
play a
turn it off
part.
one time if I could. I
Just see the
probably could.
difference. You could probably make a TikTok out of
Yeah.
that. It'd be great.
But yeah, so now when you enter into a building, it kind of gives you like a flash of light, like a little flash of light. It's not too obtrusive. It kind of just illuminates the room a little bit sometimes in darker rooms. So it kind of helps with seeing the rose skin or darker skins. It definitely does help, but there's still an issue with it.
Oh yeah, I agree. Especially when you're playing in Resurgence. I find a lot of the corners that are very dark, you're still not able to see the rose skin. That's very annoying. And another issue as well is when someone's wearing a rose skin, they can almost appear invisible instead of a vehicle that's still moving.
That is true, yeah.
That's another issue. Do you think they should bring more vehicles to Warzone?
No.
Verdansk.
You
In
know, okay,
particular.
so when you say no, I'm thinking particularly of one vehicle,
A
and that
tank?
would be okay. I don't know if it would be a tank. See, I would be talking
No way.
more to the line of
No way.
more to the line of if the map were to change where there's water to have jet skis and boats.
Oh, that'd be
Okay,
cool.
then yeah, that would be cool.
Because
Like at least a boat.
we do have a swimming mechanic implemented in Cold War, right? So
Yeah.
we could possibly see that maybe
Yeah,
in the future at some point, but
I would be definitely somewhat into that for sure. But like as
yeah,
of right now, I think what they have is
there's other
perfectly
things
fine.
they need to work on for sure before
Yeah,
they add anything like that.
That's true. It
stuff.
could be game breaking as well with new vehicles.
Oh,
There's a lot of
it would
physics that they have to
It
100%.
do.
will.
It's
It
100%
will.
going to be
It's
game
not
breaking.
going to. It will. Yeah, it will be game breaking. I can already see it. Somebody somehow, if a tank or something gets implemented like that, somehow somebody's gonna hook that helicopter up to the tank and be able to fly around with it. I don't know how, but it's gonna fucking happen.
Just a bobcat.
Yeah, literally.
I do not doubt it. And then another thing I got here is removing the default classes and loadout drops.
Oh yes,
Yeah, take that
instantly.
out. Nobody
Get rid
wants
of it.
that.
Who needs it, man? Who needs it?
If I'm
Normally
grabbing my
you unlock
loadout,
it.
why would I grab a default loadout? Like,
Well,
Yeah.
okay,
I
so
would rather
if
the
you're
weapons on the ground.
Yeah, exactly.
true,
Like
too.
if you're new, if
If you're
they
new,
should
keep
have
it
it
in,
for a
right?
certain level.
Well, I think they should have it up until the point where you unlock being able to make your own
Like a
loadouts.
loadout. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
true.
Because
Yeah.
then you remove you don't need those default ones anymore because you can just make your own, right?
Yep, exactly. And I think sometimes
But
it
that
also
is
defaults to the default class page. Because isn't
it
it
does
tabs?
it
Yeah, it
always,
does.
man.
A pain in the ass.
Yeah,
You
it's
always
very
have to
annoying.
tab over, and that's always like a split second thing where you can get sniped very, very quickly.
Oh yeah. So do you think the player base is fading away for the game, or is it still appealing as it was years ago, or a year ago? I think it was a year ago in
Yeah, it was about a
May.
year ago. I think it came out in March, maybe.
Yeah, I think it came out in March.
Oh, was it March? Okay, I knew it was one of the M's.
Yeah.
But what do you think?
I think only personally, I think it's faded just slightly, only because every game has that, right? Everyone
Oh
will
yeah,
play it at the start, and then once people realize, something new, they'll leave and they'll go to whatever they were playing to that. Like,
Well, you
that's
look
just
at
go
sorry,
ahead.
you look at like they passed 100 million concurrent players, I believe, like like 2 months
Yeah,
back.
yeah, something like that.
wow.
Sorry, I was drinking some water. My throat got a little dry.
No, that's
Um,
okay.
but yeah, so
The
you
fuck,
see
man?
these you see these numbers where they have like 100 million concurrent players, but I feel like the player base has definitely gotten smaller for sure.
Yeah,
like Six said, for sure it dies out over time, 100%.
Yeah.
But I think other games are starting to come out now. We had Resident Evil come out. Big boom. A lot of people watching that was going on. A lot of people were playing it. There's a big boom in GTA right now on Twitch, on YouTube, everything.
What about
There's other
Battlefield?
games that are.
What about Battlefield
Oh
6
yeah.
coming out? Think that's gonna
I
have a
will
big?
see. I'll see one day, and you won't hear anything else from it.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well,
They
there's the
have Call of
announcement
Duty
on the
devs
9th,
on it.
right? Yeah.
They have Call of Duty devs working on it right now. So I don't know if they're bringing some of the mechanics from Call of Duty and putting them in Battlefield when you have destructive buildings and everything.
That's
Might be pretty
okay.
good.
Here's the only thing I actually appreciated Battlefield for was just the whole destruction. Like I forget which Battlefield I played a lot with a few friends when we were at the condo there, Silver.
Battlefield 1.
No.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was. It was Battlefield 1. Are you looking it up?
He's looking up the game title. He's looking at the
Like,
cover art.
hold up. Let me look this up real quick. But yeah, it was Battlefield 1.
I'm really looking forward to the Battlefield. The announcement's coming out the 9th, right? They're having like
Yep.
so that should be pretty interesting.
Isn't
4
COD
days
supposed to
from
bring
now.
out a new one this year as well?
Oh, it was
Yeah.
Battlefield 1. Yeah, you're right, because they brought it back to like the
Oh yeah.
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 I really enjoyed that one. I thought that was really well done. I thought it was really good.
Good graphics too.
Yeah, they've always had good graphics. I found.
It's because it's more of a simulation than a arcade shooter. Because that's what
Yeah.
that's what COD is. It's a multiplayer arcade shooter.
Yeah.
Because you can't
Yes.
you can't hop around in real life and expect to shoot a
No,
shotgun.
you can't slide cancel. No. You
Bunny
can't slide cancel.
hop.
Exactly.
No scope of 50 cal sniper.
Yeah.
There's other things that we can talk about.
Lots of many things. Yeah, and then you also
Well,
can't
I
camp
w-
in a building.
Oh yeah. Well, I was gonna say we were talking about something, and then Sick jumped in again about the Battlefield 1, and I forget what we were saying.
Oh, new COD coming out.
Oh yes, new COD. I've heard something about nothing about anything. I have no idea what's going on about it.
It's a rumor.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the game studio that was supposed to come out with like the World War II kind of game style, like the old like the
Yeah.
World
Yep.
War II
Yeah.
COD came out. I think that game studio kind of fell apart. Not fell apart, but they joined in with Activision and Raven Software to work on Warzone recently. So
Oh,
I don't think we're gonna
no.
be seeing like a World War II type or like a like a World War One game maybe or something like that. I don't think we're gonna be seeing that. It's gonna be some sort of new style. I'm not sure. I have no idea what it's gonna be.
I wonder how that's gonna turn out.
Maybe we'll see something at E3 or something later. I don't know.
Well, all we can do is wait and see. I mean, that's going to be happening on, is it June 9th to the June 15th? Is that how long E3
Yeah, I believe
is?
so.
Yeah.
I believe so. But I think the main days are like the 11th to the 13th, I believe, or 14th.
I think Ubisoft goes first on the 11th.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting to see what they bring too.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's all the questions I had. I don't know if anyone else has any questions they want to talk about season 3 with. Any thoughts on anything else?
When's it end?
Oh yeah, that's true. When does it end?
5 days, 10 days, 10 days.
Oh,
from now,
really?
About. Yeah.
Do we have any
something-
news
yeah,
on season
there's-
4?
Nothing.
Well, good on them for getting everybody hyped. Okay,
Yeah,
maybe there is
we'll
new COD coming out. Okay.
I think we'll probably see some announcements coming up here shortly in this week.
I sure hope
Most
so.
likely.
If there's only that many days left in season 3.
Yeah, because they just finished the like the Rambo John McClane event or whatever it was.
Yeah.
the 80s.
They just finished
thing.
that event. Yeah, the 80s event. So they just finished that. So they're probably just in like a calm zone right now. Nothing kind of crazy going on. And then in about a week, we're gonna see some season 4 stuff, and then season 4 is gonna come out, and we're gonna all go crazy because there's gonna be some crazy stupid gun. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you're not wrong, actually. You're not wrong.
Now, here's my question: how do you feel about the season lengths?
The
What do you guys
lengths?
think? Yeah, like, do you wish they
think-
were longer, or do you wish they were shorter? Or do you like where they
Good,
are?
actually? I think they're
Here's
actually
my
kind of perfect.
only opinion is I kind of wish at times they were a little bit longer.
Okay,
Only
yeah.
because this is you just get a feel for that season and then like a new one like just comes up and you're like, okay. Like
Yeah,
you never
I think it's more tailored towards like a person who would play like 4 hours a day kind
yeah,
of length.
like a streamer. It's just like they're gonna
Yeah.
play every day, so let's just try and make it for everyone. But I
Yeah.
just feel like I wish it was a little bit longer, only
I'm
just to
pretty
give like that
sure.
feel where you're like, oh, the new season's coming out. Where
Yeah,
like at times,
I
man, I
think
sit there and I'm like, oh, okay, another one's coming out already.
yeah, I think it's around 45 days every season or 50 days around there.
Yeah, normally a month and a
Somewhere.
half, and then they bring out
Yeah.
a new one. I
Yeah.
feel like I wish games would have their seasons longer. Like even Valorant, I think, is only 45 days, and I'm like, I just finished the battle pass and like that new season comes out. I'm like, holy fuck.
But here's the thing. When COD brings out a new season, there's always at least one thing that's broken. So with these seasons, with the length of them, you're like just getting into a good state of the update where everything feels pretty stable and solid.
Yeah,
And then
because it's
all of a
all balanced
sudden,
right now, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna bring out the new update and it's gonna be like, oh well, here we go again. What are you gonna fix
Back to
this
square
time?
one.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
they're either gonna bring out a new bundle with a character that's, you can't even see. May as well just make them invisible. Or they're gonna bring out a new gun that's just the meta and everybody's using it, but then you gotta do something to get it.
They're just gonna bring out like it's not even gonna be a character. It's just gonna be the stim, and they're just gonna call him glitch, and it's just gonna be stim glitch.
I'll just glitch character.
Yeah. No, you'll just
Um,
continuously stim yourself the whole time.
Yeah. Running around with a gun in one hand and a stim in the other. Yeah.
That's
not
like
really.
the one thing
Oh,
I despise of COD about is like how they managed to like fix the glitch, and not even the next season it's right back.
well, so when they released the freaking helicopters with the gunner turrets on there,
Yeah,
people
that
could go
was
invisible,
yeah.
and then they removed it because you can go invisible, and then they re-released them into a new season, but they didn't fix it. So that
No.
that first release initial like few days, people could
Yep.
still go invisible again. It's like this glitch is a thing. Just either
Take it
don't
out.
implement it back in.
Yeah. Or spend the time and fix it.
Yeah.
That's true.
And
If it's
like
gonna take
like don't you have any testers? You have a list of all these glitches. You know what you know what they are, these
yeah,
invisibility
literally.
glitches. Just retest them. Like you have a test lobby, don't you? You
Yeah.
must.
Like literally that's one thing I give credit honestly to Rainbow Six Siege is like they have so many glitches. They'll bring the new season to the test server and like people can play in it and they experience like all these glitches. And then when the season comes out, like they're gone because
Yeah,
like they realize they're
so
like
does League of Legends.
yeah, they're like they realize they're like, okay, there's all this stuff we need to fix before it comes out. And like I would rather the game take the time to fix the glitch than just slam the game out and then you get into it and you're like, oh, I can't even play this because it's glitchy AF.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you
that's
look
true.
at it this way
Point.
too, right? Like games that do that have like a secondary server for a new update that
Yeah.
will be coming out. Um, Now you think about it, it's like, okay, we have this huge update coming out. We announce it, but you can't really play it unless you have this
Yeah. Yeah.
another account where you can play on this, right? But if you also think about it, it gives the opportunity for content creators, not even content creators, anybody really, to go through and be like, oh, I tested this. I was curious, so I tested this out and it's broken. It seems broken. Check
Yeah.
it out. And then the company can go through, hey, we can fix this real quick. There's just one little thing wrong and it's fixed. And then you release it to the actual server. But there's also another thing you have to think about. It's like, why wouldn't they release it to the actual server? We're not worried about our ranks. We're not worried about losing our ranks. There's no rank system, right? So it doesn't even matter if anything's broken because it's not affecting us, which is, I think, annoying. And I'm really hoping that they release a ranked system, which a lot of people have been, I think, actually, one thing I've heard about season 4 possibly is a ranked system.
Oh yeah. They'll be like ranked Warzone.
I think a ranked Warzone and just an open public Warzone, no KD or anything like that. I don't think, or SPMM. Well, it'll probably just be what we're playing right now, and then like an actual ranked Warzone.
Like kind of what Apex does.
Yeah, and Apex ranked is like the way they do it is perfect.
Yeah. It's really good actually. I will give them credit for that.
Yeah.
For
Well,
sure.
I don't know if that's everything you guys wanted to cover in season 3.
I mean, yeah, I think that's about it.
That's
Once they
all I
drop
got for
some-
season.
Once they drop some season or news on some season 4, just do another one of these about that.
We could, yeah.
Talk
Then
about what's to
in
come.
about a week from now, there's definitely going to be more information on season 4 for sure.
Oh, 100%.
Sure.
We're gonna be seeing stuff come out here this week, guaranteed.
It'd be great to
On
talk
Twitter
about some
and
of the cool
all
things.
these leaks.
Yeah, exactly. Just waiting for it. I mean, even with Battlefield starting to get leaked, a lot of the stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Games tend to do that now. It's you see basically everything that's going to be in
Well,
the
actually,
game.
there was a leak today on Battlefield. Well, they leaked it themselves, but it's nothing crazy. You don't see anything. It's just like a screen flashing, a blue screen flashing.
Is it blurry?
No.
Oh, thank goodness. Most of their
It's
leaks
just-
have been blurry.
It's yeah, it's not
It's like
really.
you're
a good
literally the
leak.
company. How can you not get a good leak of it? What?
You are the company.
Oh,
I
guys,
am.
I'm literally spying on EA right now, guys. I just found this. You literally just took a photo of your coworker's screen. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, we'll see what season 4 brings for Call of Duty, and right now it's in a good state, so hopefully they don't mess it up.
It'll happen.
It'll get messed up.
It will. It always does. All right. Well, Dunt, I don't know if you want to say who you are, what you got going on right now. I'll put your socials in the description.
I'm Duntless. My name's Duntless on all social medias. Give or take an underscore after Duntless. I don't know. Kind of bounces around. Can't secure the same name on everything. You know, it's kind of hard.
That's fair enough. Fair enough.
Nothing crazy really going right now. Playing a lot of GTA, COD, kind of bouncing around right now. So
Always good. Always good to tune in and watch on Twitch. And then Sick, I don't know if you want to say what's going on, what you got going on right now.
I'm sick. I work 50 hours a week at my job outside of streaming. Other than that, basically play anything I feel that comes up on my computer. And yeah, that's about my life. Other than that, yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Very good. You can catch him up on Twitch as well. That's Duntless
Cool.
and SikGlitch on Twitch. Don't forget to check them out. That's going to conclude this segment of Thoughts On. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to subscribe and hit that like button. Thanks again, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.
peace.